let's say now we are ready with these things, right? But if you see the data here, you can see a few of them are in like different scale. Few of them are in like some is in 1,000. This is in 2, 1, 2, 3 within 10, and this is also within 10. This again is in like 30s, 40s, something like this, right? So all of them are in different scales. So if they are in different scales, actually our gradient descent, we use gradient descent algorithm for getting an optimal value, right? So that optimal value will actually be like it will take like more time to reach optimal value when it is of like different scales. Okay, like this is in 1,000 scale, this is in 110 scale, this is in like 100 scale, something like this, right? So such kind of scenario you will be like facing some kind of delay in the gradient descent to reach the optimal point. So in the sense, for us in this case, like it may have taken, how many it has taken, so some 1,000 iterations in this case. But like in case if you have scaled down everything to a same scale, in the sense all are in like within 10, like something around, something like that, then it may take not like 1,000, it may take just 100 or like 200 iterations. So that is possible. And this has been researched and like has been published on this, and so it is recommended to uh, scale all your variables to a same level for using it. Okay, so what we'll be doing is, for doing that, what we should be doing is, let me share my notes. So okay, here next step is, so this usually comes doesn't come in like single variable linear regression, because you only have single value. This is one problem. Different scales. Okay, so x1, x2, x3. So you have this in 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 something. So, and this one in 10, 40, 90, and this one is something in like 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you have y, which will be maybe 30, 40. We are not concerned about y anyway, because we are only using it for prediction, but we expect these x1, x2, x3 to be in same scale. Okay, so all these three, if they are like in something like 2, 3, 1, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, if it is something like this, then it will be easy to calculate, like for gradient descent, to find the optimal position than finding it at this different scales. So what will be the solution for it is, so solution for it, so what can be the solution? We have to scale everything to a same level. Okay, for doing that, there are like different possibilities available. So one thing, like what is proposed is like a scale every feature. We can call these as feature vectors. So all these three, like, and this is a target variable anyway. So all these features to 0 to -1 to 1, or 0 to 1, anything is fine. So if you scale all your values within this range, then you will be getting what you'll be doing is like once you have all those in within this range, then you can easily learn the like data from the data. It can easily achieve the optimal point, like whatever through gradient descent we are trying to find, right? That optimal point we can easily this one. So you can easily achieve when all your data points are in the same scale. So how we can get to this scale is, so there is something like, for let us say you have let me give an example where 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so for this 5, what is a mean? So mean is like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by, there are 5 total, you'll be getting 3. I just sorted it easily, so easy for calculation. But okay, so once you do that, let's take that. Now what we'll do is let's also do one more thing. What it is like calculate a standard deviation. So standard deviation is actually root over like each value, sum of each value minus mean divided by n. Okay, so we'll see like how much it is different. 1 2 3 4 5. For each we have to subtract by mean, which is minus 3. Okay, which will be minus 2 1 0 1 2. Okay, these like you have to square, which will be 4 1 0 1 4, which will be 5 plus 5 10. So you have root over 10 divided by n is 5, right? So if you I think n will be below this, I guess. I'm not sure about it. So okay, let's see this. I think n will be below, I guess. I don't remember exactly, so you don't get this calculation. So you'll be getting some root 10 by 5. You'll be getting some value here, right? So what in case if we want to do this kind of standardization, like normalization, we call this as normalization. What we should be doing is, like for each value, you have to subtract your mean and divide it by standard deviation. We call it mean with mu, and this one, like if you do this, then you'll be getting values which are scaled to like -1 to 1 or 0 to 1. Okay, so similarly, this you may feel like little complex. There is one more way to do it, which is slightly easily understandable. So in that, what we'll be doing is, so for each value, you take the maximum value. Sorry, just for each of the value, you replace it by minimum value x min divided by, and divide by x max to x min. So let's experiment with this 1 2 3 4 5 only. So in this, what is the minimum value? 1. What is the maximum value? 5, right? So if you replace 1 2 3 4 5, if you subtract by minimum value, here 0, here subtract by minimum value 1. So I mean minimum value is 1, right? X min is 1, x max is 5. So if you now I'm subtracting by minimum values, so subtract by minimum value 2, subtract by 1, it is 3 4, and now divide max minus min, which is 4. So what are you getting here? 0 0.25 0.5 0.75 1, right? So these 1 2 3 4 5 now has become 0 2.5 1, right? So if you see, this is in a different scale. Now this has become in 0 to 1 scale, right? So this is one more way. Similar to this, like usually people use this method to do this. So using this kind of scaling factors, like we will be achieving that 0 to 1 or -1 to 1, like within that range. Okay, so like even for this, instead of doing it in like why do we do it? Why do we need this? This is also important. Different scales. Oh, it went to somewhere beginning. So just so we should also make note of why do we need this scaling. Problem slows down gradient descent to optimal, to achieve optimal. Okay, so you will be, it is understandable, right? So this is one very big issue what you'll be facing. So for that, in case if you use any one of these factors, you can achieve this like same scale in each of them, and so, and the next case like you'll be getting faster gradient descent. Okay, okay, so this is one thing. So let me see like how it is done in Python. Let me share my code. So actually I'm not going to do any code right now, but I'll show it uh, within scikit-learn how we'll be doing it. So anyway, it's understandable, right? Like from here, let's do that. Scale. Okay, so if you see this, so this is the same explanation what they're doing. They are subtracting by mean and dividing by standard deviation. So this we can call it by sklearn dot preprocessing dot standard scalar. If you use that, what will happen is there is an example down. So let's say you have a data here. So for that data, like all of our values here, right? They will be similar to using like dot fit, like under dot transform like this. So why this dot transform is needed, I'll tell you. Like initially, let's go with dot fit. So where you have some data here, and that data, maybe in this example it is in 0 1, but in case if you want to change it to some scalar here, what you do is scalar dot fit, and then the data you'll be passing the data, and that data, in case if you want, how do you have to do it? Like dot transform and then use the data. Okay, so here if you see like our data are with like which were like 0 1 earlier, now it has become minus 1 1. So I think they have used this a minimum maximum formula over there. So if you use that, it will come to that. But here if you see in real time, like in case if I have a new value in that, like I'm doing it this transformation, so I'm passing 2 comma 2, which is like a bigger value compared to what is there in the data set, right? So it has become greater than 1 here. But actually thing is like we need scaling, if it is in 0 to 1 or like minus 1 to 1, it is helpful for training it faster. But while predicting, it can be anything, like it doesn't matter, right? So no problem with that. So now here it is in like minus 3 3, like we got it in as 3 comma 3. Like when it is 2 comma 2, if you transform using this scalar, like you got it as 3 comma 3. So why actually it is different is, for a new value, like you don't know, like if you only have a single value now, okay, so for a single value, how we can calculate mean and divide by standard deviation? It won't be possible, right? So what you'll be doing is, so with the data what you have, you calculate. Okay, initially calculate what is the mean for this, we got a mean for this, mean for this and all, and you also calculate standard deviation for each of them, and then you will be doing that. Okay, and that values of mean and standard deviation, you will be saving it somewhere. Okay, because for the new values you have to use these mean and standard deviation to convert it as a scalar, because this is in a different values, right? The new values will be in thousands, but what you have trained the model is in somewhere scaled values, which were, okay, let me draw a block diagram and then show you. That would help. What we are trying to do here is, let me draw some kind of a block diagram to explain this. So we have some data. Like let's talk about like training data, which we use it to train our model. So this data in earlier, like what we did is directly we have used the model to train, and we are getting Y, and you have optimization and all we doing, and finally you'll be getting some model like this, right? X comma Y. So for new data, we are using this model, what is already trained, and we are getting Y. Okay, so now what we are doing, like in case of a multi variable classification, sorry, regression, what we are trying to do is training data. We are adding a block here called scaling, and then next part is optimizing. Here, let's call it optimizing model, and finally with that you are getting Y, where your output is like you model. Okay, so after optimizing, let's call it model only, like for a flow here. So this is what we have. We have this after scaling the data, we are passing through the model. So after passing, we are now we have added the scaling in before that, right? So for a new data, if we directly pass through the model, it's not correct. Like this is different from what we have done using training. Even for new data, we have to show a similar kind of environment what we have it for training, right? So it should be like that only. So you need the scaling in, you need to do the scaling and then pass it to model to get Y. Okay, this environment should be provided the same way like how it is there while during the training. So but for this case, let us say you only have one sample of data. Okay, if you are doing like let's call it simple, that min max one. So let's do this x minus x min divided by x max minus x min. So we are doing this, but you only have one data point. Data point is only one, which is saying x1, x2, x3 like this. So for this, you can't get for each of them minimum value, right? Like it will be the same value. So you'll be getting 0 or something. So it won't be, it will be undefined because even maximum will also be same. So even though you have like multiple data points, still you should not use a different values here. So what you should be doing is what values you use it here, means like from 1000, like for scaling here you may have got some x min and x max from all the data what you have, right? So you have to store those values, whatever values you use. Let's say 10 point something by 100 minus 10.5. So you have to store these values and use the same values here irrespective of whatever mean and standard deviation you'll be getting in a new data. You have to use the same values. Okay, by let's say 10.5, here also 100 minus 10.5. So you have to use the same values here to transform this data into the new scaled values and then use the model for getting by. Okay, so this should be the process. So for this, what they are doing is, in case you look at the code, so if you look at the code here, what they are trying to do is they are fitting, this is a scalar.fit, and with the scale data like training data what you have, they are fitting fitting this model. It's not model actually, it's a scalar, that x minus x min by x min x max minus x min is there, right? So the same thing, to this fit, they'll be calculating the formula inside what is the x min and x max. So with that, if you use dot transform, you'll be it will calculate for your data what you provide inside that, and it will transform using that formula. So all those mean and standard deviation, those min max values, right, those will get saved within the scalar. Okay, it is within the scalar itself, it will get saved. Like we don't have to specify separately save each variable and then use it back. So it will be saved internally. So, and to use it again, what we do is scalar dot transform, and you send the data, and then it will get transformed to those -1 to 1 scale, or like 0 to 1 scale, what we choose. So okay, for a new value, again we should not do this fit, we should only do transform. Okay, that is one point which you have to observe. We only have to do this transform, not the fit. Okay, so this is about we call this like standardization, or sometimes we call this normalization as well. Okay, so there is we for switching between these two with STD, with STD like standard deviation, using with STD or without standard deviation, so it will switch between different formulas, I guess. I did not play with it, but I'm guessing it. So that is what will happen here. So these are the different features what are available directly. This, but we only use this fit and transform. That would be enough for our case. So okay, so this is about standardization. So next step would be something like what else, like we also call this as feature scaling, like we can call it with this name as well. So let's say we did this standardization, can we implement that here and then see what is it happening? So then it will be clear for you. I shouldn't have closed it. Let me open the tab. So it will be quickly, I'll be doing this. Let me copy this. I don't know if I have installed scikit-learn in this, so if it is not installed, let's not do it now. Let me copy each of them, like fit data and transform data. Okay, I have. So no need to print it for our case. So our data, we need to take our data. Data should be only X, not the Y. Please remember that. So let's take this. These are the columns which we need. So X, let's split it with X and Y here itself. So you have data. Wow, like you won't be having this area type, right? So it's a different values now. So these four, we should be taking these four as well, and not the area type. Okay, for each. Okay, so we should not take this price, which is our final Y variable, which will be predicting, right? So let's not take that. So only take this. So we have X. Oh, not in index. Why is it not in index? It's there here. So is there some difference? So all the four. Did I not run it here? I just ran it this way. So data df only. So let's see what are the columns does it have. So we can maybe some copy mistake. How we are using this. Let me copy from this. Slightly different, maybe with some space or something. We have been there. Now it will come in here. Can't. Okay, so now you have X, right? So this X will be having to fit. Okay. So actually what happened is, so in between some places there are float within total square feet. So we have to resolve such kind of issues before doing it. So just for purpose, I am removing it and then showing it here. So this is a standard scalar which the fit I have run fit on top of it. So in case we want to transform, how should we do it is dot transform and then use x. Okay, so it will burst out like so many values here. So the previously, if you take x dot values, so you have I'm actually plotting like only I removed this what you have there, like some other value, right? Like yeah, I have removed this total square feet from there, and I added only bath and balcony here. So you have values till here 0 to 1, 0 and 1 only, like, but here you'll have like 2, 5, some 10, something like this. So these again, like if you see after transform, these are changed to something like this. So which will be within like -1 to 1, like most cases. In some cases, like you may have a bigger value but still fine, but you will be having most all of them in the same scale. Okay, very few values you will be having higher, but most cases it will be higher, means it won't be much higher, it will be less than 5 or 2, 3 or something like that. So this is how it is done. Okay, so if you do this, and this you can take it for training, how we did it earlier, right? To train the model using this. So this x you can pass it after this scaled values. So we have to store this in a scaled x like this, and this you can pass it with the previous y for training. Okay, so then it will be faster comparatively. You can observe a difference between we did not run those things, right? So okay, it will give an error, but okay, so that is how it can be done. Okay, this is about standardization or scaling, feature scaling. Okay, apart from this, there are like many other things. Like let's see this example. If there will be, they have some kind of comparison between some. If this, okay. No, it's not immediately needed. Let's actually what it will try to do is, like, for the values which were distributed among like somewhere else, all those it will try to get it between this 0 to 1. So finally what you'll be having is, for the new scaled values, you'll be having mean as 0 and your standard deviation as 1. So that is the main intention behind doing scaling. Like then it will actually make your model do well for in terms of optimizations. This is min-max scaling. Like here, min-max scaling, it will your values will be within the 0 to 1, where your mean will be somewhere around like 0.5 or like 0.4 something. So similarly, there is max absolute scaling, where you take the absolute max and do a subtraction with this. Where again, your if you plot your data points finally after doing it, so you'll be having something like this. So can we plot? Okay, this have like so many values, right? So just like I'll try to plot, but I'm not sure if I have those packages with me now. Not the same plot what we have there, but this will come in like 4 dimensions, right? It will say give another. Okay, okay, like need some kind of relation there, because you need x and y as well. So some kind of hist plot I can do. Plot dot hist. So if you see, most of your values are within like 0 to 1, right? -1 to 1. Very few values went outside. We call them outliers or something like that. That is a different thing, like which I'll talk about later. But most cases it concentrated within 0 to -1 to 1. Okay, this is what we can see from here. So okay, so let's move to another topic. So similarly, there are few others like power transformer and power transformer. So different kinds of things available, but usually people use this first two, which was standard scalar and min-max scalar. So the standard scalar is that -1, which subtracts mean and then adds divides by standard deviation.